It's time for a shift. This is the shift. Big change, big things in the phase. Yeah, big change, big things in the phase.
Today, I have a special person in the house, a special uncle, and I'm blessed to have him in my studio. And this is what the shift brings to you. How was it like? How was the experience like growing up in America?
Man, you know what? Now that I've traveled, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here. Now that I've traveled to Africa, it was a very, it was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that I'm here, I could see that I'm going to spend, I'm going to spend the rest of my life
over here
unlearning some things.
Okay, okay.
I got to unlearn some things.
Right,
and
right.
As you were speaking earlier, saying, Uncle.
Right,
I'm
right,
like uncle, but I realized one thing. I have a lot of wisdom into it. We can speak about a lot of things growing up in America. But
right.
One thing I have realized is that it's reciprocal. Like I learn,
right.
So I'm learning from you as you hear things.
Right,
I'm 100% learning from you as we
right.
put things together all the way. So I'm honored for that.
Right,
and,
right.
And I'm just honored that I'm able to have music as that backdrop and score that connects us.
Right,
because
right.
you played the song "It Never Rains in Southern California." Boom.
Straight up.
And that song changed lives for our group. And a lot of people always thought that we were from LA and we're from Oakland. Which reminds me so much growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 61. You know what I mean? So growing up, South, and we moved to California.
Right.
And now that I realized that the South was so much closer to Africa, and a lot of things have been stripped away over the many years. For me, I've seen 60 years of the game, but I've seen over 30 something years where it's been a lot of poison stuff that's just that's been taking us backwards.
Right.
So I'm just so honored to be able to have survived the damn near the Holocaust, how they tried to wipe us out, and realizing that, hey man, we are the currency.
Right.
And so I love your show, The Shift, because I recognize the shift.
Right. Direct. Right.
And so I'm just saying, growing up, I grew up in West Oakland, and West Oakland was so much like now that I've seen parts of Ghana, like Timma. It reminds me of Timma.
Well,
I was thinking of Timma,
now,
and I was like, this is just like West Oakland.
Right.
It's a port city, and the people are close, and it's all like one.
Right.
Now, being in California, when I say that, West Oakland was like all black.
We
had our own policing, our own medical, our own teaching, everything, and we were close. Therefore, we were able to move around and be effective in America.
Right.
Things have been pulled apart and separated, and now I see the shift in that as well.
Yeah.
I carry a lot of rules and respect for myself because I respect others, and I didn't learn this in the church. I learned that we are one. I see like God is us. You know what I mean? We're the currency. We're the money. Stop hustling dollars and killing. Are you crazy? We're the take care of yourself. And I learned that, man, at the age of 30. Suffering a stroke at the age of 30, and I was over in Trinidad, and we had a record deal, and we were doing great. I wasn't broke or nothing like that, but just the stresses of life and all the poisonous things that you fed and things like that, from your diet to everything else.
Right.
And I say that because food over here, different, fresh, this, that, and the other. It's
organic,
man. It's a different. It feeds your soul, it feeds your spirit. But it's been beautiful. I can't respect it. I don't apologize for anything. What I've learned over there, I just learned that system wasn't built for us to survive. Let's just accept what it is. Once you know, you learn how to move and pace yourself.
Right.
That's really important.
So being a musician, being as big as you are, being a celebrity.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No, for real. I look at the impact you've put in, not the flashy lifestyle and everything.
Yes.
You've seen all kinds of luxury yourself.
But my luxury is seeing someone else, like you're saying, to start and go.
Exactly.
That is my like, wow, look at God, how fly this is.
Right. So what has Africa or Ghana given to you that America and all the luxurious lifestyles, you get in on deals, big hotels, nice, everything in America hasn't given you? What do you find here that you don't find over there?
What I don't find, what I get here, I don't.
Yeah, what did Africa give to you that it couldn't give to you?
What Africa gives to me that you could never get in America, for me, is your living.
Right.
Life.
Right.
home base.
Right.
You feel it. The moment I touched the ground, man. The first time I came here was 2018. And that was right before the year of returns.
Right.
And it was just a feeling I got that just was overwhelming.
Right.
And I took that energy back. And now I'm even more excited about looking for the future, forward to the future of what we can build together. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life unlearning, unlearning things that bad habits.
Right. So going in there, we're gonna come to that.
Yes.
No, you've done a lot of works. You know, a whole lot you've done. But then I want to ask, the first Toni group was a group of siblings. Is that right?
Yeah, my younger brother Raphael
and your cousin,
and then cousin Tim.
Right.
Yes,
right. But then, what brought about the separation?
Well, the separation part came in 96. We were signed in 1987. We had our first gold and going to platinum in 1988. And all, like I said, it reminded me of Timma. You know, we were all from the one clique, and it was a movement. Tony's a movement, but I'm the older brother of the group, so I've seen a lot of things where you have to have a platform that offers others a chance to survive in this business. So I've always looked at Toni as a platform for bringing what's next, because what we're doing is fine. But I grew up with Sly Stone. I grew up with a lot of other groups, and I saw how they pulled other things up, and it just made it made this pyramid movement. And so what separated was my brother went into a solo project in 1996, which was our last album. Okay. And we sold it.
That's the House of Music album.
House of Music album. And sold 1 million, and we didn't even tour. We did a few TV shows, and then he went solo. And so I looked at it like, we can't create things like this and walk away from it. We walked away from rock and roll, walked away from this. No. The Tonys have been sort of what they call responsible for developing the new sound of neo soul. So, and we're really a blues group. Fused with hip hop, fused with everything. And so I was like, this Toni brand has got to go further than that. In 1996, when he went solo, in 1995, I had just signed the group Destiny's Child with Beyonce and everybody else. So I didn't know this was about to be the biggest group in the world. But I'm just saying, I was working on both. I knew who we were, and I'm already looking at like, okay, so it's got to be So I, from then on, it's always been about this whole next journey. From Destiny's Child, I went into working and developing Keisha Cole, and then I went into working
that's in that House of
Music, in a house that looks like it was in Timma. So imagine I had Destiny's Child, Alicia Keys. In there, I had Keisha Cole. I had India Arie.
That's why I say I will celebrate you all the time. That's what a celebrity does. You've set a pace that people can follow. Not somebody showing some flashy stuff and not doing nothing to help others. You see what I'm saying?
This is how we have to work, and that's being African.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's pulling each other up for real, not just talking about it. And I do a lot less talking about it. I do it.
So how did you connect with Destiny's Child in the first place?
Well, I met Beyonce and the group. Well, I didn't meet the whole group then, but when she was about 9-10 years old when I first met her in Oakland, just like Timma again. And they were a much bigger group. Years later, I guess they got dropped. They were signed to something with Daryl Simmons, who was all part of Babyface's camping. Got released. Going through some hard things. I guess we were about 13 then. And I happened to be at a friend of mine's studio and saw the picture of them on the wall. Whatever happened to that girl group you're interested in? Well, they're looking for something in there. And then the father, Matthew Knowles, who changed my life so much, showed me so much in the business, he gave me a call about the group interested in working with me. I had a label called Grassroots Entertainment. And it was in the community, 100%. And that's pretty much how it happened. They sent me a cassette of them, and I played it, and I was like, this is not no 13 and 14-year-old group. They sent me a VHS, and I played it. That was it. Signed them to that, took it to Sony, and which they already had our name in a buzz, but nobody was really, jumping on it because, it came from a powerful camp. And it needed to come through something that could move through there. I was in Oakland. I was doing deals in Oakland, San Francisco, London, New York, LA, and I just plugged it in. And I I learned so much from them though, from just being in the studio. Just the fact that they got a chance to get that Oakland flavor. And what I've always shown artists is that you can have a record, you can have your big videos and everything else. In today's world, it's even more different. But it's about touring, it's about connecting energy and people. And that's when the people like you and dig you and what you're about, the music becomes the score to your life.
Right. But have you seen, since you've been here, I think this is your second time or third time?
This is my sixth time.
This is your sixth time. Yeah, that means you in love.
Oh man, I'm here.
I mean, you from here, so I mean, without a doubt.
Yeah, I've touched ground.
Right. How has the reception been from the people? You know, how has it been? How has the journey been since you've been here?
I love it. I love this. I love the getting up in the morning and getting ready to come and meet with folks like yourself and build. And you know, I like it because, of course, I can do my music, and a lot of people know it, and a lot of people don't. But I like being so real about it.
Right.
It's authentic. It's not like forced on you, like, oh, programming and program. No.
Right.
Go right to the people. Let's go right to the hood. Let's go and take an acoustic guitar and set it off like when I got a chance to work with you guys in the studio. Man, the young lady came right in here, and I'm following her. I'm like, this little young, she calling the shot. I love that.
Right. That's Chayuta.
Yes, Chayuta, man. I was impressed by her. I left. I went back to the stage like, hey man, I was in the studio. This little young lady came in with her mom,
and she changed the whole scene.
So imagine, I've seen this before. I said with Beyonce. I said with Alicia, who's 18 and 19, and Keisha when she was 17 or whatever. And
right.
But it's been, man. I love the journey. Right. And I'll never stop.
Right. So okay, let's get to it. The same kind of energy you found in Beyonce and Keisha Cole and all Alicia, the other ladies. You found something similar here when Chayuta walked in the studio.
Oh man, come on! It was like y'all didn't recognize it, because I've been around some people. When she walked in, and then when she started singing, I was like, "Look at God!" In my mind, was like, "Man, I can't make this stuff up."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people, and I don't, I'm not any special person. This, that, and the other. I just accept my gifts.
Right.
All, even the bad things are gifts.
Right.
There's no mistakes. Just only experiences in life. So I looked at it like I was like, wow, that's my light at the end of the tunnel. You've given me hope. It's giving me hope right now. So I'm looking forward to just building, and I know it's going to be great things. This fusion between me, the Tonys, we're the authors of neo soul.
Yeah.
So to me, our fusion it even goes deeper than that for me as the older one with the Tonys, because I was the one that brought those things like that Oakland vibe of Sly Stone and the Grateful Dead, the Journey groups, all of this type of stuff.
Right.
The Hawkins singers, the gospel, everything is fused inside of me. And I'm not formally taught. I learned to play blues on the streets, playing Jimi Hendrix, and being part of the community. But yeah, it's exciting for me to pass information and then just see how another artist accepts it and see how they spit it back.
Right.
And that's what changes. That's the challenge, and that's the beauty of the industry.
Okay. So, with work,
what?
Do you think the House of
House of Music
is you're gonna have a replica of that in Ghana?
Yes, I definitely want to be. Like, we have a museum piece in Oakland right now. Now, House of Music. Let me explain the story of that. When we grew up, I was teenager in Oakland, and House of Music was a record store right in the community that everybody and everything was worked through. I bought my first Jackson's 45 there. So, and you go inside and it had all of these the black light posters, all the soul patches and everything else. This was in the 70s,
right?
And so that movement was a platform for us as kids, and we decided we wanted to make music that made people feel like the House of Music.
Right.
So I had to start something like the House of Music to make sure that this history was preserved.
Right.
And our music is sort of somewhat the score to that as well.
Right. So now I see a new set. Toni still.
Yes. Oh, yes. From there, it's I've been moving Toni around, and that's a trademark that we had to, because we'll start these different styles in this music and just walk away from it. And I made it a vow that I would not walk away from what we created.
Right.
And I'd make sure new artists got the opportunity to have this platform and wiggle. At the same time, enjoy it myself.
Right.
So I like being able to play It Never Rains in Southern California.
Yeah.
And then bring some youngster up and let them do them.
Right.
And then come back with feels good, whatever. It's just, you got to be able to
get the
maneuver and walk people in and then just do it.
Okay. So, but how is it going since you brought it back?
It's been special, man. Right now, I have two young men that I wanted to let them experience Africa as the first time being out of America.
Okay.
For us as the Tonys, we've been traveling since '88, and the only places that our record label took us for all of the years that we've been there selling 6 million or whatever albums, they never brought us to Africa.
Right.
Until we went separately. So people look at it like, oh, the groups break up. No, this was family.
Right.
But we're more than just here at this.
Right.
So if we didn't do what happened in '96 and split apart, it would have been an entirely different beast and animal. Because we walked away owning our trademark, and they didn't see that coming.
Right.
Because most groups don't own it. We control how we move around. But that's when I was able to see so much more to life. Because the record labels took us to, London, Australia, Hong Kong,
all kinds of places,
all over.
Right.
Never took us to Africa.
Yeah.
And now I know why. Because they know the money we were spending in other places, we've been spending that here, we would establish something far beyond.
Great. Right.
Yes. And so now that's it for me. I vow to make sure that happens. So I made a project that I could work with and be proud about. That's everlasting.
Right.
It's called Timeless.
Right.
And it's a movie that's about human trafficking. And the information comes a little bit from Ghana to the Virgin Islands.
Right.
And beyond.
Okay.
And I'm proud to say that our music is the score to that. So
right.
These two gentlemen, Frank and Dyson, they have songs on this soundtrack, and we scored it. Toni scored it, and I've been taking this on the road to show our aligning ourselves back with Africa and using this project as to say, human trafficking is what they've been doing to our folks all our lives. Yeah. And we got to see how it can work.
Right.
Little things around us. Like, first of all, us not coming together. It's long overdue. So the only way that the world is going to work is for our people to come together and learn who we are. Okay.
So being in the American music industry.
Yes, sir.
Do you think, like, people would presume, and people will say it's some kind of conspiracy theory, that there's a higher body, like a control type system that actually controls what agenda they want black people, because most of the good entertainers are black people. What they want them to push on the younger generation. Is there something like that in there?
It's profitable because, you look at the school systems and stuff like that we grew up in, they teach you to be consumers. And you know what I mean? To go out and get a job, this, that, and the other, and stress yourself out and die and owe them for the rest of your life. They don't teach you to be the entrepreneurs and build a new platform. And so I think that a major part of it is, like I said, exposure. Exposure is key, especially for the younger generation. And I have to go back to these brothers because I wanted them to see the first time that they get a chance to get out of the country, not the Japan's and this. Hey, go home, get a base and see, and then go back and then go on the road, so you could understand at least a lot more who you are and why this music is a spirit for the world. We are the culture of the world. Without you know what I mean? I can't say it any better. But seeing it is believing.
I see Keidra on the set too.
Yes, Keidra.
Tell us about Keidra.
Keidra is a young lady who has been coming by our Toni compound in deep East Oakland. And she is, man, a spirit that as I said before, exposure is key. A singer that will still be singing on the stage with the Tonys, and most of all, I would like to establish and show her that she's groomed for it and ready. But to show you how you have to be able to weave and bob and to enter any platform and see how it works. Like the one show that we're going to do, the first one, we thought we were going to do the long show layouts. Like, no, it's 15 minutes on there. So I have to show them it's all about how you enter that stage and exit that stage. It's got to be clean and seamless, and people got to get an idea of who you are out of that. And so I'm excited for her for the first time to see her pop on that stage from Oakland
to Ghana,
on a major stage.
Right.
And
I wish she was here. She was here right now. I would have asked her. But then, knowing her, do you think this journey will actually change her view on things?
This journey is the great thing about it, I know how much, I don't know exactly how much it'll change, but I know it's definitely going to change her. When she gets back home, she's going to have so much respect of the time she's put in, and really look forward to, there's more to what I'm hearing on the radio out here and seeing on the streets of Oakland. Yeah, that's the big part.
Right.
Got to get out of the box.
Right. Wow. So who are the new members of Toni now?
Well,
are they family too?
Yeah, we are obviously somewhere.
It's family, definitely.
Ooh.
We are. It's a whole big family.
Yes. But my cousin Tim is still there with it. Basically, this movement here, when we came over here to promote the Timeless event and the Timeless production, which is fusing the Toni brand and the next generation. Right now, Frank and Dyson are the gentlemen that we're delivering through the lens of Toni. But it's still Timothy Kirsten Riley and Dwayne Patrice. And every now and then you get Raphael Sadiq plug with us, and when you get those three energies on the stage, you feel it. You feel
on another level.
Yes, and if you get Raphael Sadiq by himself, you still get my energy. That's my brother, and the way we speak and the way we move with our movement. It's very Afrocentric and it's very genuine. Right.
Okay. I know you're enjoying this conversation with Uncle right here. We're going to go for a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we're going to give you more. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere.
It's time for a shift. This is the shift. Big change, big things in a phase. Yeah. Big change, big things in a phase. Yeah. It's time for a shift. This is the shift. Big change, big things in a phase. Yeah. Big change, big things in a phase. Yeah.
I've got sunshine running through my veins. I'm a bus line, gonna drive you insane. I've got sunshine running through my veins. Natural queen of melanin. Pahamam, Pahamam, Pahamam. Pahamam, 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 Pahamam. Yepo. Claim your golden crown, so you go to the world. Claim your golden crown, so you go to the world. Just rise up and do it. Rise up, go through it. Never kill the vibe, kill the vibe. You got to go through it. Just rise up and do it. Rise up, go through it. Never kill the vibe, kill the vibe.
Uncle Dwayne.
Yes, sir.
Uncle Dwayne Patrice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The song that I just played, Chayuta's Melanin Queen. What do you think? This girl wrote the whole thing. She's just barely 17 years old. Yeah.
She wrote that?
She wrote all that.
You see what I mean, man? Now, amazing, man, is the fact that the younger generation, it seems to be so much wiser than, what the public wants to believe, wants us to believe.
Right.
That's why we have to take it directly to our people. If it wasn't for you sprinkling me with that, you showing me and
right.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, right.
It's all about us connecting. But the fact that, this melanin is the money.
Right,
Come
right.
on.
That's the money,
We're
right.
the currency.
Yeah. But I want you to advise the young ones that are in the game, you know, music business, artists,
Yes.
you know, every industry player, what you gonna tell them?
I would like to tell them, you hear and see how we're sitting here right now having this conversation. It's just two men having conversation
Right.
about life and giving experience and everything else. You have to realize that there's more to the industry than just playing this guitar or
right.
singing and dancing or whatever art you may bring, whatever. You have to be able to express yourself and articulate who you are.
Right.
Because people follow you when they like you as an artist, and your work, you know, speaks for itself.
Yeah.
For me, the music becomes the score to who you are.
Right.
And so you have to learn, you have to work in your own business.
Right.
You know, you go to school, you get this education, you got to learn how to apply it.
Right.
You know, and then you got to be ready to wake up in the morning and really apply it. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
some people go to jobs every morning and they're real loyal to that, to make that money and the whole bit. But like I said, we're the currency.
Right.
Put more time into yourself.
Right.
Apply that same time. So you have to learn how to do these interviews and speak and whatever else.
Right.
And get on that stage. This platform, man, it's a blessing that people like yourself offer that.
Right.
So Kobby, I commend you, man.
Yeah. I try.
Because I know
Yeah.
you ain't trying. You
Thanks.
do it, brother. It's,
Thanks,
last
Uncle.
time I saw
Thanks.
you,
I learned
we had
from you.
conversation about
Right.
hey, we can talk all day, but you got to do it. You gotta
Exactly.
move.
You got to put the work in.
That's it.
Yeah, that's very important.
And it's not work when it's your passion, right?
Right. Yeah, I understand that,
Yes.
and that's absolutely right. But then again, what is the secret to success in this music industry? Is it
Consistency.
Consistency.
That's the consistency and focus, because
Okay.
you can get distracted by things you hear but you have to be you, and you have to move. You know, respect things, but that's I love that. Back to you. Back to always respect. It's hard for me to even judge another artist's work, because an artist is an artist. How can you do? You know what I mean? You got to take it for what it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would have to say. Consistency. There's a lot of artists, like I said, they do this and they feel like, you know, I should be like this artist. I should be. You have to think about it, man.
Right.
So many people like the Chris Browns and the Beyoncés and whatever. They would never understand the type of work that they put in.
Right.
They just think they just hot and they just blew up.
Right.
Come on, that's a whole nother scene. Then you have to have a nice team. You have to have the right energy around you. It'll
Right.
never work with the wrong energy around you.
Right.
So you have to watch, you know, the people you're bringing into your fold.
Right.
That has a lot to do with it.
So, what are some of the projects that we should look out for while you're here?
The Timeless
and
Project?
first of all,
Yes, sir.
at what point did you decide to actually make the move to get here, and how's the preparation like?
Yes. Well, I'd have to say this. From the preparation has been from the time I was born. Even my middle name was Patrice.
Patrice,
You know,
right.
I never understood what that was
what it
growing up.
meant,
Yeah, my
right.
father named me that. And, you know, I always say, man, y'all thought I was going to be a girl or something, man. I mean, I found out later.
Yeah,
who
Patrice, yeah.
Patrice Lumumba.
Right.
And it just, getting that information made me learn more things. And it just was a gradual thing. Even in being involved with the music. I had a chance to meet Sheun Kuti one time, and I knew about Fela Kuti, and
Right.
then I met his son. I was like, boy, you just like your dad. I had a chance to play at the Shrine. And then when I got involved with this movie Timeless, it was the movie itself was produced by another guy from New York that I met years ago.
Right.
And he's always talked about this concept. I
Right.
never knew the name. And I saw it when I was in the Virgin Islands. He couldn't finish. He didn't finish it, and then he said, such Ghana. And I happened to be going to Ghana 2018.
Already.
And then I went to the Elmina Castle, and I called him. I said, hey, was that thing in the movie? He said, yes, it's about the story of them. Like, get out of here. And so I got more involved, and then coming back, and it was just a gradual thing. I've always been, the rhythms, I've always been attracted to that. The African drum beats, the percussion things, and then the melodies.
Right.
So it's been a gradual thing through the music, and that guitar has always been like my savior, my shield all my life.
Right.
If it wasn't for that, a lot of things would have distracted me.
The Toni group brought about neo soul type
Yes, sir.
music.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it started, you know, when we write songs, we start from the guitar and like that wordless piano and the drums and B3 organ, church all day. But
you started from church? No,
somewhat,
quite.
yeah. I started from church, but the community was my church.
Right,
It was my church.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of information.
Right.
The church gave me a great opportunity to home in on my craft.
Okay.
But I've been playing in, local situations since I was 12, 13 years old. I've been playing in clubs since I was 14 and making my own living. That's why
legendary.
So I've learned a lot. How to enter that stage and how to rehearse and how to go to school and be able to do this. So, but I didn't learn how to read music. I learned how to hear and follow you, and I learned that from the church. I learned how to follow you and feel your vibe of where you're moving from the church and everything. Then I learned partial things of key chord changes and keys and all of that later. But, it's been very organic with us. Everything about us. My brother Raphael, at that time, we started out, he was just bass playing and singing a little bit, and I was like, you need to be up front. Because he just had that whole flair about his dancing with the bass and hitting splits and all that. And plus, his tone, and, we grew up with Al Green and all that soul stuff. And so it's been a gradual thing, man. It only gets better.
Right.
It's new energy right now, man. Chayuta, he and her, man.
Yeah,
I'm inspired.
Right.
I'm inspired. And
I
hear a song like, Melanin Queen, I'm like, are you serious?
It's
How
on
you understand
another
that?
level.
There's so many women that need to get
and
this.
What are some of the projects you're doing here now? And looking forward to do as well?
Well, we had a chance to work on a lot of good music. One of them has been, working with Yapono.
Yeah, Yapono.
And it's always, I love his grit and edge. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can tell he's authentic.
Right.
And so the meeting of the minds with us, him and Toni, and our vibe, it was magical.
Right.
It was magical, and we're still moving on it. There's one, no pun intended, but the movers and shakers is something. We just had a vibe, and he was there. He heard it. He spit on it, and it just fit like a glove. You can hear the two inspirations, and you can tell that it's all Afro.
Right.
It's all African beat.
Right. So you're looking forward. Are you looking forward to work with more Ghanaian artists?
Oh my God! I cannot wait to sprinkle guitar on some
some of the good
just
tunes.
Fall in there, and just like I did.
Yeah, with Chayuta, yeah.
Yes. Right, get right in there, man, and just paint, man. Right. Just paint. Don't even think about nothing else. Yes.
We are looking forward to that.
Just paint on the wall and just throw it on there. And
Right.
Whoa! Look at that. Can't plan this,
And these are the timeless projects you're talking about.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We love that. We love the support. We love the help that you're coming in with, And I'll say that, you talk to some of the other people, especially people in the music business field, that has the know-how, but then scared to make the venture. I heard it's a couple of people coming too.
Well, you know what? Ghazi is getting down.
Oh yeah,
so,
Mix Master
come
Ghazi.
On,
yeah.
What do you say? Like that young brother, man.
Right.
Whew, I can see his mind just moving. I'm like, I got you. What you need? Let me give you this. What you gonna do? You got to give him the tools, man, to go in there and just slash this game. And that's what I do with that guitar. I take my time with it, let it come off, and let it be organic. And give you a couple of things and see what you pull. Right. That's what you want to do. You want to give them the weapons they need to maneuver in this world.
Right. So, Uncle, where you want to live at? You looking at Ghana? You want to
I don't know what part of Ghana.
Cape Coast or Accra?
I like the Cape Coast because I'm a water dude. Right. You know what I mean? First of all, I'm an Aquarius. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The air, we move.
Right.
And water.
Right.
Be water, 100%.
Right.
That. Somewhere like that. Now, like I said, I like Timor. I've been to the Vulture region. Oh my God.
It's a whole lot of places.
Just know that I will be here.
So people that are having misconceptions, people that are having doubts, that are scared to make the move, to partake in this shift, what do you got to tell them?
That, hey, just jump in.
It's not scary.
It's ready-made. The game is ready-made. All you have to do is add water. It's simple.
Straight.
Just jump in, man. People think, oh, come here. I tell you, they make it difficult to come home. They make it difficult to come home. I have to let you know that. But it's worth it.
Right.
It's worth it. Go through it. Go through all this. Man, I can give you stories about what we had to jump through making it back here. But I vowed to make that happen. I was like, these brothers got to see. And don't fall prey to the bull.
Right.
In America that we have to face. Just know it's part of the system. It ain't going nowhere.
Right. Uncle, thank you so much for coming through. I know you have a lot on your hand. Thank you so much. But before we go, I'm going to drop this tune from Chayuta featuring Uncle Dwayne Wiggins. Then we're going to drop that tune right now. We're gonna drop that jam right now. But Uncle, thanks so much for coming. What you
Thank you, man.
What you saying?
I was just saying that's the one I didn't. Okay, got it.
It's time for a shift. This is the shift. Big change, big things in a phase. Yeah, big change, big things in a phase. Yeah.
I could be your melody, and no be dreams or fantasy. Make you plead for remedy, cause you didn't make me go colo. Baby, give me love, give me love, give me love, give me love. Baby, give me love, give me love, give me love, give me love. You make my heart go stop.